Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading a Scaramouche Listener by me. So let's get into it. You never really thought that Scaramouche being a Fatui Harbinger would turn out to be dangerous. Unless, of course, he went against an Archon. And you knew, because he would be stronger than anyone else. After all, he had that high rank of his. And he was extremely talented and strong, so I truly believed in him, knowing how strong he is, and how literally anyone would have trouble defeating him and fighting him. So that's why you never worried so much about him, even though his possession could be considered difficult and dangerous from the outside. But lately, he's been getting dispatched on more missions, all alone, all of them difficult and tiresome, with no rest in between. And you were worried. No matter how many times you tried to talk to him, telling him that you should find a way to communicate with him better. He should have his own boundaries at work. And of course, someone with a high ranking as his, he should be able to control his own missions a little bit better. Or so you thought. But some things were truly beyond his own control. Such as those shady missions that he was sent on lately. Missions he did not like very much. Missions that you only went on just so you could keep his harbinger status, because it would help you in the future. It would help you have a secure, safe life, and even better, a lot of morale to spend. So you're more than eager. Call him a little bit stupid, but he wanted to make sure you had a secure life, without needing or wanting anything, and him feeling unable to provide. After all, Scaramouche only wanted the absolute best for you, and that's the reason why he worked so hard, though he knew you probably didn't need to. Why he always did his best, even though sometimes it would feel suffocating being with them and going by their own rules. But he was doing everything he can, his absolute best here, and he hoped so deeply that his feelings are easy for you to read and to know. And thankfully, they were quite easy to read, especially with the way he looked at you so frequently. His eyes gazing, never truly leaving your form. Maybe he did like you a bit too much. Maybe he couldn't keep his eyes off of you. But, please, don't blame him here. He just thought you were absolutely gorgeous, like you had just dropped down from heaven. And it was not truly his fault that you always looked so wonderful without needing to do anything. And now you wonder why you're so easy to love. Hmm? Well, he couldn't help it. Not at all. Because you, of all people, made one of the most powerful people on earth feel hopeless and helpless, not knowing that you would be their help and hope. But perhaps you found out that knowledge a little bit too late. You knew he was on a mission today, and he was late, and at first you thought it was fine, because he told you he was going to meet you at 8, and it was just 8 and 4 minutes. But when it got more late, you wouldn't have to look for him, knowing that something was just not right. Something in the air. Something that felt absolutely cursed. Like the atmosphere was wrong. Like it wasn't meant to be this way. And that's when he turned to you. Blood visible now on the floor. And you could tell that he went through a lot. And you could also tell that he had zero idea, as much as you did, on how he was going to make it. If he was ever going to make it at all. Lion, he says, barely able to get the words out, and it makes you want to cry on its own, as you quickly rush over to him, kneeling down on the floor, holding his own two hands in your own, squeezing them gently. Yes, love, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere, you say. And the way he smells at you, so gently, so angelic and soft, it makes you feel like you were going to cry again. Scaramouche, please, just stay with me for a little bit. I'm sure you can make it. You're a harbinger after all. Can't you remember how strong you are? You can't just die like this. You say to him, holding him close, trying to check his injuries. But it was already obvious how late you were. It's not just some injury, it was a big one. And he had lost a lot of blood. Too much. And nothing you could do now would be able to save him. And you were met with the darkest reality you ever thought you would say. As he just laughs, soft, knowing what you had realized as well, and knowing it was too late to save him. Hey, love, it's fine, he says, crying softly, fragile, weak, and all he wants is just to be with you for those last few minutes of his life. Why, please, just hold me. I want you to hold me. Can I at least have that before I die? He asks, and you cry, holding him close to you and kissing his forehead. Yeah, you can have it. You can have everything you want. You could even have my damn soul if you wanted. Just please, Kira, don't die on me. You say shakily, but he gives you a smile, holding your hand. Don't cry like that, Wayan. Don't be so cruel to me. Come on. You know I'm going to go soon anyway. So at least, let me see you being happy before I go. I don't want to see you cry. I don't want to be the one making you cry in our last memory, he says. And you hiccup a quiet sob, nodding and kissing him, ever so gently and sweetly, giving him a fragile smile that's scented with tears and sadness. I love you. I always will, no matter what. You say to him, knowing that Scaramouche and the love you had will be the last one that you will ever have in your entire life. He gives you a soft smile as he kisses you back one last time. I know, Anne. I love you too, just like I always have. And those words were the last ones to come out of his mouth as you held an unmoving Scaramouche in your arms.